Good day, YouTube. JD here. I am your Tuesday substitute host. This is Subs Week, and we are discussing a topic that is very near and dear to some of the younger pagans that may be watching the channel. The subject is a very, very important subject, and it's something that a lot of people go through and they experience quite a bit when finding their way into different pagan religions. And basically what it is the idea that you aren't able to share your interests or your religion with the people that you live with, and perhaps even the people in the area, your actual town. And it's a very, very hard thing to come against, because some of the other religions, they kind of fear the idea of paganism, specifically Wicca. A lot of people say some crazy, really foolish things about Wicca, and it can be dangerous to reveal your religion to certain people, because some of the other religions, some of their holy books, they actually encourage, or you can misconstrue what some of the old holy books. You can misconstrue some of the ideas in there, where they actually allow you to hurt people. So I would be very, very cautious in coming out of the broom closet. I would always say rely on your instincts. You know, when you're talking to people, I always use this term. I give people the litmus test. You know, where I try to go ahead and just test the waters, see how acidic they are about the idea of other religions. So I may bring up the idea of a religion that doesn't focus on the same God that they serve. If I have some idea of what they are, and then I'll slowly start bring up other conversations about something that may be pagan, and just to see what their facial expressions are, see what their tone of voice is, and if I feel like they may be more open to it, then I may share with them my religion. Personally, where I work, I've only told some of my closest friends, people I work with the most, because I do work in a pretty eclectic area. I work in a government facility, and Wicca has been deemed an official religion, and it's been protected by the U.S. government at this point. But and the person that asked the question, there, from their standpoint, they were even kind of forced to undergo a certain ritual to free them of demons. The mom felt like there may be demons just for seeing a spirit. So I would say for that specific problem, I would not push things too far. You've already been forced to do a ritual against your will in their religion. So that kind of shows you that, you're not going to really, I feel like you're not going to really change their mind. They've got their mind made up. I think the best thing to do would be to become of age, and then when you finally move out of that area, you can kind of more freely tell the people that you live with later on, once you live by yourself, about your religion. You can tell them what it means to you. Personally, I live in a household where some of the people here are Christian, and what I do is I kind of remind them that some of the holidays that they celebrate are closely connected with paganism, and I will burn a Yule log. I remind them that the Christmas tree is very close to that. I can do that because the folks that I live with, we they have some pagan practices because their mother had pagan practices, so it kind of made things a little easier for me to do that with the people that I live with. So that would be my advice. Be very, very careful with the people outside of your home, because they may hurt you. And I would say just talk to them about other religions, see how, kind of fill it out. Listen to their voices, look at their body language when you start bringing up other religions, just to protect yourself. If you get the feeling that they don't like other religions, especially something that doesn't serve their God, and if you bring up Wicca in general and they started to attack it, don't attack them back. Just know that this person outside of your house is not safe. But the parents, I would say, just go ahead, live under their house, follow their rules until you can become of age, and you are safe from being put out the house. that has been a thing that has happened to some people. You'll find these horror stories online where the parents, felt that their child was worshiping the devil and they put them out, and then you don't want to find yourself in that situation. It is their house, it is their rules. So I would say, just go ahead and allow them to have their religion in their house, and you can try to incorporate some of the practices of your religion, kind of in holidays. I wouldn't say in secret, but you can just do certain things that would kind of coincide with the holidays. That is kind of close, sort of how Christmas does have a Christmas tree, and then it's possible to burn a Yule log. Those things should hopefully be able to kind of, I don't want to say go under the radar, but that's kind of where I'm leaning. It kind of can kind of mesh well. It's kind of, the groundwork's been put in place for that to go ahead and work well for you. As far as doing rituals, and not having the parents see them, that's going to be a problem, because if they feel like it is witchcraft, or if it's anything close to Wicca, they may come back and be very, very angry at you within the house. So I would say try to go into meditations. You can do a lot of these rituals just in basic meditation, and as far as I feel like it still is just as pertinent and is just as meaningful if you do it in your head, because you need to. You can still, let the goddess know that these ceremonies are important to you. You can still connect with the energies of the earth, except for you're doing it in your head. And some people feel that might even be more powerful, because you're creating sacred space in your head with meditation. So I would say go ahead and do meditation until you can, again, move out of that situation where you feel like you are being forced into things, or where the parents won't work with you. As far as working with the townsfolk, I would say try to use a tool such as Meetup. Maybe there's someone in the town over or nearby where you can kind of find a group of people who are more likely to work with you on your path into paganism. And as far as religious symbols, even though I work in a government building, there are a lot of people who might be upset about certain things, so I don't tend to wear my actual pinnacles when I'm working. Like the one I have here is a different type of a star. Some people call it the fairy star. You can call it a septagram, but a lot of people don't really recognize this as a symbol that's connected with paganism. So I wear it a lot. Now, if someone asks me, I will tell them. I'll jump right in and let them know, and then I also go ahead and I've decided to wear a small little pinky version of a pentacle. So it's really, really small, and a lot of people don't see it, and if they do, they don't say anything. So that's been a bit of an interesting thing to see people see it and they'll process it, and then they don't say anything. I've only had maybe 2 people challenge and ask about it, and they'll say, "Oh, is that like that Wicca stuff?" But then they usually stop it right then and there. They don't challenge it. They don't go any further. And again, I think, like I said earlier, that probably comes from just the idea of it being a government building. Wicca's been accepted in as a religion, so they really can't go any further than that. And then there have been times I've had people ask me about my tattoo. It's a Anubis tattoo, and he is one of the goths that I've worked with, and people will ask about it. They'll want to know like why did I put that on me? But again, it's very, very small, and these are things that you can use to kind of subtly tell people without really telling them that you are a pagan, because they're going to see some of the symbols that you have, so long as you use one that's not as volatile. Like the pinnacle, some people feel like that's a volatile symbol, but if you use one that's not volatile, you can kind of easily walk them into letting them know who you are and what you're about. So I believe that's all I have to say about the topic. Just please be careful, feel those folks out, find out if it's safe. You have a great day, and thanks for watching, and blessed be.